All right, welcome. If you are trying to get your financial life in order, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to break down one of the most important first steps you can possibly take, building that $1,000 financial foundation. So let's get right into it. I know. That sounds completely backwards, right? For years, you've probably been told to throw every single extra dollar you have at your debt. But what if I told you that strategy, that all-out attack, is actually a trap? A trap that's designed to keep you in debt for even longer. Let me show you what I mean. And this leads us to something I call the debt-only trap. See, it's this really frustrating cycle where your absolute best intentions, your hardest efforts to get ahead, well, they end up pushing you right back to where you started. Just picture this for a second. You are making incredible progress paying down your loans. You're feeling on top of the world. And then, bam, the car starts making that awful clunking noise or your pet gets sick. Suddenly, you're staring at an $800 bill that you totally did not see coming. So if you've got zero cash saved, what are your options? Well, you're stuck with two pretty terrible choices. On one hand, you can stop making those extra debt payments, which just kills all your momentum, and frankly, it feels awful, like you failed. Or you pull out the credit card, you pay the bill, and boom, you're instantly deeper in high-interest debt. You just took two giant steps backward. It's a total lose-lose situation. And you might be sitting there thinking, this is just a you problem. But you'd be surprised how common this is. Just look at this number, 59%. That's right. According to a recent Bankrate study, nearly 60% of people are in the exact same spot, unable to handle a $1,000 surprise without borrowing more money. So if this feels familiar, listen, you are not alone. And this is the exact cycle that we are here to break, starting right now. So how do we break out of that trap? We don't just keep attacking. First, we forge a shield. This is your first line of defense, the thing that's going to protect you when life throws a punch. We call this your starter emergency fund. And we have to be super clear about its job. Its purpose is incredibly specific. This is not for building wealth, it's not some hot investment. Its one and only job is to be a cash buffer, a shield that protects all of your hard work when life, inevitably happens. Okay, so why $1,000? Why that specific number? Well, it's kind of the magic number, the perfect sweet spot. First off, it's achievable. You can get this done and get it done fast. And that gives you this huge psychological win. It builds confidence and momentum. And second, it's actually effective. $1,000 is enough to cover most of those really common, really annoying emergencies, the car repair, the surprise dental bill that would otherwise force you to reach for a credit card. And honestly, that's where the real power of this whole thing is. It's not just about the math or the money. It is about peace of mind. I'm telling you, knowing you have that cash buffer just sitting there, it completely changes how you feel. It dials down your financial stress and just lets you breathe a little easier. And that feeling, you can't put a price on it. Okay, so hopefully you're sold on the why. You get it. So let's pivot to the how. Here is a super simple, aggressive plan to build your shield and to build it fast. I want you to think of this like a 30-day all-out sprint. Step 1, pause. Just for a month or so, you're going to stop all, and I mean all, extra debt payments. Just pay the minimums. That's it. Step 2, find. You got to get intense here. Cut every non-essential expense, sell that stuff that's been collecting dust, pick up a side hustle for a few weekends. And step 3, this is so important, separate. Open a totally separate savings account for this money. If it's mixed in with your checking, you will accidentally spend it. Out of sight, out of mind. And you'd be shocked how fast this can add up. Look at this example. Let's say you were putting an extra $300 toward debt. You pause that. You get ruthless with your budget and find another $250 by cutting subscriptions and eating out. You sell an old bike and some video games for $450, and boom, just like that, you've hit your $1,000 goal. It's totally doable. So once that shield is built and you've done the hard work, you have to know how to use it the right way. This is where the rules come in. And trust me, these are rules you don't want to break. You have to learn the difference between a true emergency and just, poor planning. A real emergency is 3 things: urgent, unexpected, and absolutely necessary. Think you lost your job or the car's transmission blows up. What it's not for is a vacation or a new TE because it's on sale or even holiday gifts. Those are wants or expected costs, and they belong in your regular monthly budget, not here. Look, If you remember nothing else from this whole conversation, remember this right here. This is the golden rule. You only touch this money when the only other choice you have is to pull out a credit card and go into new debt. That is its sole purpose, period. And this slide right here shows you exactly where this step fits into the big picture. Right now, your only mission is to build that $1,000 shield. Once that's built, then, and only then, do you launch the attack on your debt with everything you've got. And way later, after the debt is gone, you'll build your full financial fortress that's a huge 3 to 6 month emergency fund. But it's always shield first, then attack. So there you have it. That's the foundation. It's the step that makes everything else possible. It protects your hard-won progress, it slashes your stress, and it sets you up to finally win and become debt-free. So the only question left is, once your shield is built, are you ready for the attack?